Welcome to this video where I will discuss advanced feature of IrisBG Mobile. Now I assume that you've watched the introductory video or that you're familiar with the product in general. So in this video I will discuss some aspects of the settings menu, some aspects around taking photography, and also more details regarding map integration and GPS. So you log in as usual by putting in your user ID and password, and then you get the main menu. Now first I'll spend a few minutes on talking about the settings menu. Usually you will just follow the default settings. Commonly there's two things that you might want to change, and there's the keyboard language, both for the way you actually search and type and also for the comments. There might be different languages preferred there. Secondly, and more importantly, is the camera resolution. Now, if you have a device like this, which is our recommended device, which is a HTC HD2, the camera resolution is set by default to high, which is by default 3 megapixel. You might want to increase or reduce that. Bear in mind that Iris as desktop also has an automatic scaling of picture resolution. So you should look into that before you decide what to put on the device. So this would approximately be 5 megapixel, 3 megapixel, 1, etc. I suggest that you experiment yourself to find what is most suitable for your case. So when you've done making changes, you can just go back. So, and I will now also talk a bit about how to take photos and how that integrates with the system. So I'll access the collection as usual through the search function, and what I'll do is I'll just open up a random or an accession I know that I have here, which is 681240. Now if I want to take photos, you go to the photo tab, and what you see in this case is there are two thumbnails visible. You can access these thumbnails by holding your hand down, and then you get the menu where you have three options: edit, view and remove. Now if I press view, you will be told that there's only a thumbnail available, and that's the default setting, that the synchronization software only loads up the thumbnails to preserve storage on the device. But you can still remove this photo like this, and then it will be gone from the device, and it will be this delete will be then posted in the inbox, and then if you accept the delete in the inbox, then it will obviously be deleted on the desktop as well. If you want to take photos, there's two choices down here. You can either use the camera or the file button. If I use that first, just to show you, then you just pick and choose from cameras taken earlier on the device with the device. So I can pick this dog, for example, and here you can also see that there are other options like rotate, and you can crop, and you can also, which is probably the most important aspect, to inform that this is the photo of one particular plant. For example, this one which is in the rock garden bed 22. And then you just accept or cancel the actual adding. In addition to changing the photos aspects, you can also write a comment regarding the actual photo. Pressing the comment button here, and then you can start typing. So then you say OK, and then you got the comment in. So if I now press OK, the photo is then added until I press save. Now using the camera button, on the other hand, is very similar, but you press the camera button, the integrated camera will be visible, and I'll just take a photo here, like that. And then if you're happy with that, you just press the accept, and it will go in, and you get the same dialogue. I can say this is a picture of another plant. I can rotate it, you can zoom in to have a closer look, and then you accept. So that is how you deal with cameras, or with the camera and everything else. Now if I want to if I exit now, I'll be asked whether I want to save or not. If I say no, those delete and those two added camera photos will not be ignored. So I'll do that, say no. So that is the sort of basic features regarding the camera. Now, the other aspect I would talk about is the map and GPS integration. As you've seen in the previous video, there are two ways to display the maps. There is the search list, and then there's also on each individual plant. Now if I go to advanced search first and pull up a list of plants, I can then use my favorite example, which is the rhododendrons in this sample database, which is here. Then I can press search, and then I get the list. So if you then press the map symbol on the right, you get the map tab up here selected. The list of the plants are here in the bottom, and your plants are shown on the map. You can zoom in a bit. Now if you want to navigate through the list, you can just press the down button and each plant is highlighted. If there is no coordinates for a certain plant, you will be given a warning about that. Now there's one aspect that's quite important, and that's, if I zoom in a bit further, you see that some maps, some plants are given a symbol, a green symbol, and others a square yellow in this case. Now that's according to the settings on your system, and one indicates that you actually have the plant coordinates, and the other indicates that these are the coordinates of the location in the garden. So it's not as a precise direction of where the plant actually is. So if I go further down here, you will see that this particular plant, the rhododendron tomentosum in accession number 91666, that's only the garden location. Now if I open up this, I can, by pressing the button here, I can then also look here and see where it is in the garden here. So that is general for all accessions. So what I can do now is to update the location by pressing the marker, edit marker symbol. By doing that, you suddenly get a red cross here, and if I press the arrow keys, I move the marker 1 meter at a time approximately. So if I now push that scroll, now I can do 10 meters or 7 meters. So this is relevant if you know that this plant is actually, for example, down here in the corner. You can either cancel now or accept these changes. If I accept them, you will then see that the marker changes to a plant location marker, and you have the new coordinates. So that's how you change coordinates for all the plants. Now the second aspect of changing the location is of course to use the GPS. Now on these devices you have a GPS quality that is approximately 5 meters at best. So that means that you won't have surveying quality, but in many cases this will suffice. So the way to do this is to just press the Start GPS button, and then you will search for signals. Now obviously there's no satellites in this office available, so we will not be getting any signals here. But eventually when you get the signal, you will see the actual GPS location on the map as well. I'll just stop that. So that's how that works. Okay, so that is in a short description of how to use the maps in the IrisBG Mobile. So when you're done, you just press back and you exit the application. I hope you enjoyed this presentation of IrisBG Mobile, and please look at our website for more details. Thank you very much.